Mentoring, this is a powerful word because you become part of someone else's journey with the hopes of guiding a child to a bright future. With an inside look at Mentor Colorado, we are joined by Brad Strong and Wendy Miles Boykin. Nice to have you both. This is such an important subject. I'm so happy that you're here, being a mom of 2 kids too. How many different nonprofits do you work with to help young people, Brad?
We have over 60 nonprofits focusing on mentoring throughout the state. And it's anywhere from Gunnison to Cortez to Grand Junction to Fort Collins and even here in Denver. So there's just a lot of organizations that are saying relationships are important for young people. And it's not even these organizations, it's social workers, teachers, researchers, economists now are saying mentoring is important. There's a huge impact it's having on people throughout the state.
How do you think it's evolved over the past 5 to 10 years?
I think in terms of the research, there's just a lot more research showing the value of mentoring, but also in terms of the types of programs. We have peer mentoring with Goodwill Industries of Denver. There's group mentoring. There's one-to-one mentoring. Everybody's kind of used to the Big Brothers Big Sisters model, and where you're one-to-one and working in the community, and we need that, and that's great. But there's also all these different versions where people are working. We even have a 2 mentors to 1 mentee program, Minds Matter. Wow. There's just so many different types, but they're also working with robotics. They're doing mentoring in sports. We have a program, SOS Outreach, that's doing snowboarding and mentoring, or skiing and mentoring.
Oh,
and so,
very neat.
You know, there's a program for everybody in terms of their interests, their needs, their schedule, whether it's in the weekends or weeknights. So there's just all different types of mentoring and a lot of opportunities for people to get involved.
Miss Wendy, how are you part of mentoring?
So I mentor with Goodwill Industries. I am a mentor with 4 or 5 other people who mentor students in a high school. It's one of the best experiences I've ever had. It totally exceeded my expectations. I thought I wouldn't have time. I wasn't sure I knew how to talk to teenagers. I have a 16-year-old. There are days I can't talk to him. But I have learned so much from them, and they've given me different perspective, and I know that I add value because they're really happy to see me every time I get there. So I know
Share
I'm doing
more
something.
about that. Draw from your personal experience for mentoring.
Well, you know, I was a teenager once. It was a long time ago, but I was a teenager
Me
once.
too.
And I, you know, when it came to looking for colleges or dealing with peers or struggling with a sibling, being nervous about getting grades, I remember some of that. And so basically as a mentor, particularly for this age group, I'm just a sounding board. I'm someone there to listen. And it's not that their parents don't do it. It's not that the teacher doesn't do it, although the classrooms are large. You know, we're talking 20, 25 students, so they can't always get individual attention. So that's where the mentoring relationship adds that additional dimension of attention and listening and sometimes support, whether it's school assignments, whether it's putting together resumes, whether it's on the college search, and pretty much everything in between.
And there's definitely a need out there. Brad, you have over 1,200 kids on a wait list.
Yeah, with all these organizations, some don't even keep numbers on wait lists. So we know there's thousands of more of young people who are raising their hand and saying, I need help. I'd love to have somebody in my life to help out. And some of the research shows that young people need at least 3 mentors in their life. So even if both parents are able to play that role, they still need other people in their lives that are going to help them out, an older peer or adult.
That's so true. And what do you think are some of the benefits for the mentees?
You know, it's funny, we have this activity that we do, and we talk about the benefits, and if you don't mind, I'm going to do it with you.
No, please.
We pair up 2 kids together, and we ask one of them to be the nose and one person to be the hand. If you could be the nose for me for a second.
Okay.
And so the one person holds up the hand, and wherever the hand goes, the nose has to follow.
Okay.
So wherever I moved, and then we ask them, we do that for a while, it's a little painful, and then we ask them to switch. And so then the person who's the hand is then the nose. And you're not as nice as I was with this, but then we ask them, what did you like better? Did you like being the hand or the nose? And all of the kids say, I liked being the hand. And we say, why?
The leader.
They like to be the leader. They like to be in control. They like to make decisions. And then we ask them, think about your life. Think about school. Think about your relationships with adults or older peers. What do you feel like? And all the kids say, I feel like the nose.
Isn't that interesting?
And so part of mentoring is helping young people to be the hand. It's not being the hand for them, but helping them to be the hand. And we see this, and I mentioned the research, you know, 52% of kids who are mentored are less likely to skip a day of school. 55% are more likely to enroll in college. So we see these benefits with academic achievement, violence prevention, substance use. There's huge benefits for mentoring, and there's this growing momentum in this movement, you know, in Colorado and across the United States that recognizes we need relationships for young people.
Absolutely. Like I try and do the best I can for both my boys, and so does my husband. I have a fabulous husband as a dad, but there are a need for other people. And we were blessed. My oldest son has a teacher that took time out that's really helping guide him through high school. And she has made such an impact on his life. I constantly hear Mrs. Burrows, Mrs. Burrows, Mrs. Burrows. And, that has to be satisfying and rewarding for her, too.
Yeah,
Don't you think?
And we know 1 in 3 young people are now saying they don't have that in their lives.
Wow.
And so for Colorado, that translates into 300,000 young people. So it's huge that, the gap that's there, the mentoring gap they're calling it, and the support that we need. And there's lots of opportunities for people to get involved, knowing there's 1,200 kids on a wait list, 60 different organizations, hundreds of different programs.
Quickly, 20 seconds, Summer Bridge Mentoring Program in May. What is this?
You want to talk a little bit about that?
I think you're probably in a
Yeah,
better
so
position.
Goodwill Industries of Denver is running a summer bridge program. So a lot of what they're calling summer melt, where young people over the summer are kind of taking a step back from school or from career. So Goodwill Industries of Denver is providing an opportunity for people to get involved. It's easy. I think it's one evening a week, and people can call the Goodwill number and get involved.
Okay, I'll give that information. Thank you, both of you, for taking time to mentor and stop by Colorado and Company and share. Mentor Colorado offers a variety of programs you can learn more about online at comentoring.org. That's comentoring.org, or 1,000 kids are on a waiting list for a mentor. So please, if you're interested in giving your time to the Summer Bridge Mentor Program, start in May. It's with Goodwill Industries Denver. You can call 303-650-7714. That's 303-650-7714, or on the web, go to goodwilldenver.org.